Hey guys, and how about we watch Natsu vs Ace Death Battle? Now, I think you guys know at this point the pattern when it comes to anime characters. I don't know either of these people, but I have friends who know them. I know that Natsu and Ace both have fire-based abilities, and that's basically the extent of my knowledge. It's Fairy Tail vs. One Piece, which is a very popular rivalry, I suppose. But since I don't know anything about it, I'll just make a random guess and say that Ace will win. And again, there's nothing backing that up, so I might get it right, I might get it wrong. I don't know. But either way, let's start our show. Laying.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mr. J.
So I know doing all this merch marketing, like these 3 awesome Death Battle t-shirts, can get kind of stressful. So we added some new office amenities.
It doesn't matter what noise I make because I'm cutting this out anyway.
No thanks. You ever smelled a wet sock before?
Alright, maybe a relaxing massage then.
Yeah, I got a fair hands.
Alright, how about a nice hot sauna?
It's a fucking
toaster
toaster
on the
oven,
shed.
I'm Mark Slothman, and now I got the sexiest shirt in the market, Death Battle shirts. You wear this, you're gonna find yourself in a sex battle.
I don't know what that is,
but I know you'll love it, okay?
I didn't think any of that. Don't worry about it.
Or they're gonna eat me.
Don't worry about it. Dun 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 dun.
Believed everything to be made of 4 elements: earth, air, water, and the most difficult to control, fire.
But these 2 combatants have mastered the art of playing with fire. Natsu Dragneel, the Dragon Slayer Mage of the Fairy Tail Guild.
You know, I
And
suppose that is one way to
Ace,
introduce
the
it.
feared pirate known as Fire Fist.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons,
I just noticed
armor,
that Ace
and
has a
skills to find out
tattoo
who would win
that
a
started
death
to have a
battle.
misspelling of his name, but he had the tattoo artist just kind of cross
In
it
his
out.
infancy, Natsu
kinda
Dragneel
funny.
was a pretty normal child living in a pretty normal village.
And then a bunch of dragons toasted the town and killed everybody, including him. The end.
What?
Almost. Fortunately, Natsu's older brother, Zareth, survived. Horrified by the violent fate of his family,
Wait,
Zareth
Natsu
desperately sought a
died
way
at the
to
beginning
revive
of his
Natsu.
backstory?
Eventually, he discovered
That's
the connections
random.
between life, death, and magic, and became obsessed.
And so he became the most evil and powerful mage ever, cursed to live forever and ruin everyone's lives. But everything worked out, I guess, because he brought Natsu back. Just one catch, Natsu had to be revived as a demon, though this gave him the potential to become even more
that's-
powerful than Zareth.
That's odd,
Unfortunately,
but
Zareth
okay.
had become incredibly dangerous to be around. Fearing for his brother's safety, he left Natsu in the care of his friend Igneal, who just so happened to be the Fire Dragon King.
Huh.
Natsu got adopted by a freaking dragon.
So he lived with a
Kinda
dragon
weird
for
since
the rest of
killed
his
him in the
childhood.
first place and his family, but whatever. Dragon Dad ended up teaching little Natsu Dragon Slayer magic, a school of mystical martial arts developed specifically to kill dragons. Wait, man, it's really back and forth with these dragons, isn't it?
Regardless, Igneal
That's random.
eagerly accepted his role as adoptive father. He taught Natsu how to read, write, and fight.
How do you-
But then
how
when
do you
Natsu
do that?
came of age, Igneal suddenly sent him through a time machine, and poof!
I mean, I
Before
suppose
he
in
knew
this
it, Natsu
universe,
was
dragons are
trapped 400
probably
years in the future
intelligent.
and abandoned by the only father figure he ever really knew.
I know that feel, little buddy. I know that feel.
Also,
Of course,
time
it
travel
was
is
all part
an
of Igneal's
odd.
plan to save the world, but at the time Natsu didn't know that.
What?
Fortunately, it wasn't
Wait.
long before he found a new
Wait,
home
what?
and family among the mercenaries of the Fairy Tail Guild.
Yeah, turns out being a demon trained by a goddamn dragon made Natsu pretty effective as a bounty hunter.
Natsu possesses superhuman speed, impressive strength, and unbelievable durability. He has superior senses such as sight and smell, along with a mastery of hand-to-hand combat skills.
Mix all that up with his fire dragon slayer magic, and you got one fiery cocktail that'll knock just about anybody on their ass.
As the name suggests, Fire Dragon Slayer magic revolves around conjuring and manipulating fire. A prime example would be Natsu's signature move, the Fire Dragon's Roar.
Where he literally shoots fire from his mouth.
I'm sorry,
Or he
that
can
just
engulf his hand in
looks
flames
funny to
for
me.
the
He puts like a
devastating
tube
Fire
in front of his
Dragon's Iron
mouth
Fist.
You know,
to make sure
we're
it doesn't
gonna be
spread
saying
too much.
Fire a lot this episode.
Yep. Natsu has well over 24 different ways to incorporate fire into his martial arts, but his real strength comes from a move nobody ever really expects.
Yeah. He eats fire.
Like all
What?
mages in the fairy tale world, Natsu has a limited pool
Wait,
of
then
magic,
why-
but
how can
consuming
Ace
fire actually replenishes
kill him?
it. Not only that, he can consume a few different types of elemental magic as well, including lightning.
Talk about a shocking appetite. Because this is anime, eating lightning gives Natsu access to an all-new form, Lightning Fire Dragon. With this, Natsu's abilities are enhanced with electricity, giving him a brand new element of power.
To increase his
that's
fire
not that
abilities,
weird.
Natsu can enter Dragon Force. This
Okay,
greatly
that's
increases
weird.
his Dragon Slayer magic and physical prowess, bringing Natsu closer to the strength of a full-grown dragon.
Huh.
He's even starting to look like a dragon now. You think that's like an awful traumatic reminder when he looks at himself?
But when his Dragon Slayer abilities aren't enough, Natsu enters his strongest mode yet, Fire Dragon King mode.
What?
In this form, Natsu has access to techniques only the most powerful of dragons could wield, such as the Demolition Fist and the Fire Dragon King's Roar.
My
Strongest, he can
God.
wipe out exactly 973 soldiers all at once and create massive explosions so big they could wipe out a whole town.
Natsu's raw power is extraordinary, both magically and physically. He's strong enough to lift an enormous stone slab several times larger than himself. Comparing this stone to Natsu's height and compensating for the density of the stone, it's likely this block weighs about 135 tons.
Talk about never skipping arm day. He's also fast. He's fought in multiple battles where he's moved faster than the eye can see, putting him well over 9,000 miles per hour.
And when fighting opponents even
I like this
faster
music
than
in the
him,
background,
Natsu has
actually.
used his keen observational skills and indomitable willpower to predict their moves and defeat them. He's pretty clever in battle, which is surprising given how headstrong and stubborn he can be.
Like any real fighter, Natsu prioritizes offense over defense, running in guns or, I guess, arms blazing.
Except this impulsive approach to fighting often leaves massive amounts of collateral damage in his wake. Remember
that's
how we
not a
mentioned his
problem.
firepower could wipe out a whole town? Well, sometimes that's not completely intentional. In fact, this hasty attitude may be his greatest weakness.
Nah, his greatest weakness is how easily he gets motion sick. Put him on a moving car or boat and he'll be hurling in a matter of seconds. That flying cat following him around should start carrying vomit bags.
Yeah, that's one of the stranger downsides of Dragon Slayer magic. Natsu's dragon-like senses can overload his semicircular canals, creating a feeling similar to vertigo. But more importantly,
Wait,
Natsu
there's
has
an
a
actual
bad habit
reason?
of burning through his available
Like
magic rather
motion
quickly.
sickness I can understand, but it's actually a
He can just
biological
pound down on
thing.
some tasty flames or lightning to replenish his magic.
Just one problem. Consuming any fire or lightning that Natsu has created himself will not replenish his reserves.
Huh. Oh well, Natsu's still.
Well,
a
that
badass.
makes
He
sense,
really
I
is the
suppose.
fairy tale guild's
If that were a
top
thing,
dog.
then he could literally just shoot
And he
fire
continues to fulfill
and
his own
swallow
dragon
that
dad's
fire
wish
that
of
you just
making
shot.
The world a safer place by setting it on fire.
I think it's time we stop playing around. Let's get down to the real fight. I'm gonna shatter you into a million pieces.
Well,
Decent voice acting, I
Gold
suppose,
D.
on
Roger,
him.
the king of the pirates, obtained this and everything else the world had to offer.
And then he was brutally executed, leaving everyone to run off searching for the king's long-lost treasure, the One Piece.
Huh.
However, unknown to most, Roger left behind an heir, albeit unborn. Terrified the Marines would execute Roger's son as well, the child's mother held her pregnancy for a total of 20
What?
months.
How,
20
how
months!
do you even...
Holy mother
You
of
can't
hell!
even do that.
How does that even happen?
Sheer inconceivable willpower. Though she died in childbirth, her
Obviously.
last act was to give her newborn son his name, Portgas D. Ace.
Soon after, Ace was adopted by an old acquaintance of his father, Monkey D. Garp, and raised alongside Monkey D. Luffy
Huh.
and his childhood friend Sabo.
Over time, Ace, Luffy, and Sabo grew very close.
I know who Luffy
considering
is.
Themselves brothers,
I think
and together
everyone does.
forging a lifelong pact. They would forever live life as free as possible.
And for Ace, that meant following in his father's footsteps. It was the pirate's life for him.
Ace was a natural on the sea, thanks to his incredible strength and combat aptitude.
Ha.
He quickly learned his way around the ocean, becoming the captain of his own ship in just a year's
So
time,
better than Zoro.
and eventually joining the ranks of the deadliest pirates around.
Of course I'm
He
joking,
even
but you know.
claimed one of the world's most sought-after treasures, a devil fruit.
In the One Piece world, if you eat yourself a devil fruit, you get yourself a superpower. In Ace's case, he ate the Flame fruit, which, guess what? Granted him the power to create and control fire.
Makes
But
sense.
with new power comes a buttload of badass new ways to kill people. Get this guy's gun hands are actually handguns.
What?
I mean, I guess that's accurate. That would be Ace's fire gun ability, and it's just one of many attacks that Flame Fruit's power provides.
Man, I love my gun leg and all, but now I think I really need me some gun hands to go
That's so
along with it.
silly.
Boomstick, sometimes I really wonder about where you came from.
The front door, like every day. Come on, Wiz, pay attention.
Ugh, anyway, these fire abilities are what earned him the nickname Fire Fist Ace.
Because he can turn his punches into blazing balls of red-hot fire. Forget gun hands. Give me some.
Manipulating fire comes easy to Ace. He can conjure up enormous pillars of flame so intensely heated they can incinerate enemy projectiles, acting as a sort of fire shield.
He's also got some really weird names for his attacks, like Firefly, Fiery Doll, and St. Elmo's Fire.
Fiery dolls? Wait, what?
No. Actually, that's referencing weather phenomena where plasma appears to discharge atop a pointed object. Ace's version is not like that at all. Instead, he conjures up 2 javelins made of pure fire and hurtles them through enemies, burning them inside and out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with his version.
Firefly and Fiery Doll is a combination.
Yeah, Fiery Doll is a
where he
weird one.
creates several small balls of green plasma which surround a foe before detonating in a massive series of explosions.
He does have one attack with a really cool name, though.
Oh, what's that?
Crossfire, you'll get caught up in the crossfire. Crossfire.
Is that a commercial?
Of course. However, Ace's
Did they
most
just
powerful
reference a
attack is
commercial?
undoubtedly his
That's
great
weird.
flame commandment, Flame
I don't
Emperor.
even know the
Which
commercial.
is a pretty big name for what is essentially a fiery spirit bomb. But good God, if you see that thing coming your way, don't even bother trying to run. You're dead.
There's even more. See, the devil fruit Ace discovered was of a rare breed, a Logia fruit. Because of this, Ace also gained the ability to transform his entire body into fire.
When he's in flame on mode, physical attacks pass right through him like he isn't even there. And if his fire body is somehow messed up, like someone dropping a giant candle snuffer on him, his true human body would be totally unaffected.
Actually, since receiving this power, Ace has only been badly hurt by other Logia users wielding an element with an inherent advantage over fire, such as magma or water.
And it's like he's invincible.
In a way, but it's not an automatic.
Oh my god.
Ace must make the conscious decision to transform his body.
But thanks to his blindingly quick reflexes, he's able to avoid almost any attack. He can even react quick enough to avoid a shot from a sniper.
In this instance, he was reacting to the gunman in view. Assuming this gunman was professionally trained, Ace would have needed to react in about a quarter of a second.
But who needs speed when you're fire fist?
Wait,
can
now
blow
you
apart
do it
fucking
actually
ships all at once?
Considering ships
calculation-wise.
like these would likely be constructed of
A
teak,
quarter of a
to
second
accomplish
is
this, Ace would
reasonable.
need to hit each ship with at least
I'm referring to the
15,000
Tracer
pounds of force
video,
per
by the
inch.
way.
So getting hit by Ace would be like getting hit with a wrecking ball. And when he throws more fire into the mix, he can wipe out an entire town.
Ace's last extraordinary quality actually has little to do with fire at all. If there's anything he inherited from his mother, it's his insane willpower and endurance.
He once fought a karate fishman for 5 straight days.
A karate
And with that
fishman.
endurance, he's gonna make some lucky lad or lady real happy someday. Or, I guess he would have if he didn't. Oh, hey, heads up. Huge spoiler warning in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, he's dead. Like, totally dead.
Like many Logia users,
I mean,
Ace
you
can
kind of
copy
gave
his
it
ability
away.
to avoid being hit. In fact, he practically forgot what pain even felt like. And so, despite all of Ace's fantastic feats, his most impressive was when, for once, he chose to take a hit, sacrificing himself to save his brother, Luffy.
Huh.
Damn. Would you do that for me, Wiz?
Oh, sure, of course.
You're a goddamn liar.
I can't allow that. I'll take care of this on my own.
Well, I think that's one of the first death battle combatants to have already been
All
dead
right,
in the
combatants are
series.
set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, all this talk of chowing down on some scrumptious flames is making me hungry.
Alright.
Hey, you! Thief! Come back here!
Give
Alright.
that back, or you'll have to deal
Very
with me.
saturated. Like, oddly saturated.
That's it. I'm gonna mess you up.
Alright, let's go.
Fire!
Fire Dragon Swordhorn! Wait, Are you seriously made of fire?
Sunsplit!
Time to turn up the heat! Fire Dragon King's Roar!
Alright. It's not bad. But they might be using that one, like, zoom-in effect a bit too much.
Fire Dragon King's Demolition Fist!
Fire Fist! Not bad, hotshot. But you can't even touch me. Fire Blast!
Oh no.
Fiery doll.
That was the Kirby inhale. That was the Kirby inhale sound effect.
Eating fire? Try eating this! Like I said, you can't touch me.
I'm not trying to. Lightning Dragon Fire Mode! Lightning Fire Dragon Roar!
Wait, I'm confused as to what just happened.
Phew. All's well that ends well.
KO! Ew! That's a burn if I ever saw one.
Did
This
he...
battle was anything but clear cut.
Wait, what?
Natsu held the advantage in speed and
I mean,
strength, and Ace
I
held them in
don't
endurance
disagree with
and
Natsu
defense.
winning. I'm
Still,
just
neither
confused
held
as
an
to
advantage
how
so much that the other couldn't
that
keep up.
happened.
Both were mostly immune to each other's fire attacks. Because fire is Ace's only real weapon, this means he really didn't have anything that could kill Natsu. Natsu was definitely strong enough to put Ace down, but with Ace's intangible fire form, Natsu couldn't even touch him. So, sounds like a stalemate.
Very nearly. Luckily for Natsu, he had an ace in the hole.
Hey, nice one.
Oh, thanks. Natsu has had far more combat training than Ace, and is known for using his superior senses to study his opponents and take advantage of their vulnerabilities.
My curses can change anyone stupid enough to touch me into a living bomb. No matter what I try, the human just consumes my curses. He might even be stronger than he was when this fight started.
When
Oh
Ace
my
realized
God.
Natsu could eat fire, he had to become more liberal with his true physical form to avoid being consumed. And this was what Natsu was counting on.
Being faster than the eye can track, Natsu was more than quick enough to get a good hit in up close.
A perfect opportunity to use a fast, deadly elemental weapon Ace's body wasn't immune to. Lightning.
It's not like Natsu
Alright.
was gonna run out of magic or anything. I mean,
Well, at least they
there's
explained
freaking
what
fire
happened.
everywhere.
As his speed, strength, martial arts, and versatility surpassed Ace, all Natsu needed was one good shot, and he made it happen.
In the
Alright.
end, Natsu was too hot for Ace to handle.
The winner is Natsu Dragneel.
Okay. Well,
I'm Chad, I play Boom
that was
I'm
fun.
Blue Is, and stick around. We're
Again,
about to
they
announce
might
new
have
fights
used the,
next time.
like,
And
zoom-in
if you wanna watch
anime
exclusive
effect a
commentary on
bit
this
too
episode,
much.
click that little box,
I would have liked
sign
it
up for a
to
first
be
membership trial.
strictly
Great way to support the
sprites,
show.
but it looked good. Next time. Oh, Sub-Zero. Alright. Oh, I don't... Glacius, alright. I don't really know him. But isn't he from Killer Instinct? I don't know. I really, really wish I had more to talk about as far as that next time goes, but I just can't. Like, I had something, at least, to talk about with Natsu vs. Ace. But Sub-Zero vs. Glacius, I don't know anything about the actual characters, I can't make any predictions, and I literally have no idea who Glacius is. I think he's from Killer Instinct, but I might be wrong. As far as the fight itself goes, I mean, I guessed Ace at the beginning, but I'm not surprised. After hearing everything, I can definitely agree that Natsu would win that. So that means Fairy Tail is 1 point, and One Piece has 1 point as well. So they have to do something else between them. Well, anyway, that's it for my video. If you liked it, you can leave a like down below. If you didn't like it, you can dislike. And if you want to see more videos from me in the future, then you can subscribe right down there. Alright, I will see all of you in the next video.